In this video, we dive deep into Microsoft's newly confirmed Windows 11 version 26H1, an update that has created confusion across the Windows community. Many users expected 26H1 to serve as the next big feature release, but Microsoft has made it clear that this update is something entirely different. It's not for current Windows PCs. Instead, it is designed to support next-generation processors launching in 2026. So what does this mean for you, your device, and the future Windows? Let's break it all down in a clear, engaging, and simplified way. Windows 11 version 26H1 has finally been confirmed by Microsoft, but this update is not at all what regular users were expecting. And today we're breaking down everything you need to know so you don't get confused by the sudden appearance of a brand new Windows version that Microsoft says will not even be released to most existing PCs. Because Windows 11 26H1 is a very special release designed specifically to bring up support for next-generation silicon from Qualcomm and NVIDIA, meaning it exists purely at the platform level and carries no new features for the public. And Microsoft has clearly stated that 26H1 is not a feature update for version 25H2 and only includes platform changes to support specific silicon, which immediately tells us this version of Windows is aimed at internal OEM development and future ARM-based systems rather than current Windows 11 users. And this also explains why Microsoft chose a Canary channel to see the very first preview build of Windows 11. 26H1, arriving with build number 28,000 and marking a major departure from traditional dev and beta numbering schemes that stay within the 26XXX and 27XXX ranges, because 26H1 is built on a completely new underlying platform internally codenamed Bromine, making it the first Windows release based on this revised architecture. And this aligns perfectly with Qualcomm's roadmap for the Snapdragon X2 Elite and Elite Extreme processors, which are expected to launch in the first half of 2026, alongside NVIDIA's new N1X silicon, all of which require deep system-level changes that need to be implemented long before the hardware ships, meaning OEMs and chipset partners need access to 26H1 today, even though regular consumers running Windows 11 on Intel, AMD, or existing ARM devices have zero reason to worry, because Microsoft has confirmed that version 25H2 remains the primary feature development platform, where new experiences, UI changes, and major improvements will continue to roll out, with the company reinforcing that its annual cadence is intact, and the next major Windows release for everyone will be Windows 11 26H2 coming in the second half of 2026. Similar to how 25H2 was built on top of 24H2 and rolled out as a natural evolution of its predecessor. Though right now there is no confirmation whether 26H2 will directly build off the Bromine-powered 26H1, or whether Microsoft will merge architectures later in development. And for those wondering whether they need to prepare, update, or worry, Microsoft has been crystal clear. If you're on Windows 11 today, version 26H1 will not reach your device. It is not a required update, and it introduces nothing that affects your PC, because its only purpose is to ensure future Qualcomm Snapdragon X2 and NVIDIA N1X devices work flawlessly at launch, which is why the company explicitly wrote that there is no action required from customers, meaning if you've seen articles online or YouTube videos creating confusion about whether you're missing out on a new version of Windows, relax, because you're not. And everything from new UI features, updates to Copilot, changes to widgets, adjustments in performance, improvements to quick machine recovery, and general enhancements will continue shipping to the dev and beta channels based on 25H2. While Canary remains home for these early platform-only builds that define the future of Windows hardware rather than the user experience. And this also clarifies why Microsoft is trying hard to avoid repeating the mistakes of the old dual-update yearly cadence, which previously caused disasters like the Windows October 10th, 2018 update that deleted user documents, something Microsoft obviously wants to stay far away from. So version 26H1 is essentially a behind-the-scenes engineering milestone, not a consumer release. And while it may ship pre-installed on upcoming ARM-powered laptops and tablets from late 2025 or early 2026, it will not roll out to existing consumer PCs running Windows 11 And the best part is that this approach allows Microsoft to focus all meaningful feature development on improving stability, performance, and user experience for the mainstream Windows audience instead of splitting its attention across multiple release tracks. So if you're expecting new features in 26H1, don't, because Microsoft has already said all new features will first appear in dev and beta builds. And as we move forward into 2026, the company will reveal what 26H2 will offer, potentially bringing deeper ARM optimization, Copilot advancements, new design changes, or even early steps toward the next generation of Windows platforms. But for now, the lesson is simple. Windows 11 26H1 is a technical foundation update for future silicon and nothing more, meaning your PC remains fully supported and up to date on 25H2. Your feature updates aren't changing, and Windows remains on its predictable annual cadence. And if you're someone who loves Windows, loves tech, or wants to keep your system running smoothly, our recommendation is to stay on the stable 25H2 version. Avoid manually installing canary builds unless you're a developer or tester. Keep your drivers updated and wait for the polished 26H2 release next year, which will be the true next chapter for all Windows 11 users. And with that, thank you for watching and staying informed. This is TechVerse.